And as advertised, right on time, the head coach of Auburn, Bruce Pearl. We're going to ask him to make a statement about his team, about being here in Kansas City, and then we will go to questions. Bruce, please.
Thank you. We are humble, we're hungry, we're honored, we're grateful, we feel blessed, and we're excited about still being one of 16 teams that are still playing in the NCAA tournament. At the end of last season, we had only 7 scholarship guys. We got to the second round and really struggled. And our guys kind of came up with an unfinished business logo that we've been focused on all season long. And I thought we took that into March, started playing our best basketball, and just very proud of our kids and very, very happy for Auburn. Auburn has been a great place, and they've won championships in virtually everything, but it's been a while since the men's basketball program has been competitive, and so our kids are very pleased to have been able to restore that.
First question's right here, and then we'll go back. Go ahead.
CJ Moore with The Athletic. 2 things for you. First thing, if you look at the advanced numbers, this is one of the fastest North Carolina teams in tempo. What makes them, they always play fast, but what makes this particular group so fast? And the second thing is, what's kind of your game plan in terms of some teams want to try to slow it? I'm guessing you don't want to. Will you try to run with them?
Yeah. If you watch Roy, he doesn't get upset very often, but when he does, it's when his team gives up an offensive rebound. And I think it has very little to the fact that an offensive rebound is going to lead to a potential basket for the opponent. It's because you just took an opportunity away for them to get a basket. They look at every defensive rebound as 3 seconds away from a layup. And so as a result, they hit and they rebound really well. Second thing is, when that ball is in their possession, either gone through the net on a make or rebound on a miss, they're flying. Their first 2-3 steps for the last 25 years have been as hard and fast as anybody in college basketball. The hardest thing to do defensively is to get back in transition. That's the hardest thing to do. So why not be the best in the country, or maybe the best in the history of college basketball, at being the best transition offensive team? And that's who North Carolina is. As far as our game plan is concerned, we'll try and slow it down when they have the ball, but we can't slow down ourselves, because that's how we try to play also.
Dennis Dodd, CBS Sports. Bruce, what does it say about the competitiveness of the league that until yesterday, there was many job openings as there were teams in the Sweet 16?
Well, first of all, the league is as good as it's ever been. I felt like we were the 4th best team in our league. I felt that Tennessee, Kentucky, and LSU, and I started speaking this way in January, had shown me that they separated themselves from the rest. And we tied for 4th with South Carolina. And so I think all of us had to get through a real grind, to be able to get there. Even the teams at the bottom of our league were really good. Commitment, great coaches, the fan support has increased. I'm upset about all the coaching changes. I understand that it's a high-risk, high-reward profession, but I can tell you, almost all of us coaches got into this business because we love the game. We love to teach. We all got in as teachers. We could just as easily be high school coaches as we could be college coaches. We're good at what we did and advanced in our profession. But I know we're judged based on our winning, but there's so much more to what we have to do on a daily basis. It's a ministry of graduating kids and serving in a community and doing all those things. And so I just wish there could be can we just slow down? Can board of trustees and presidents and athletic directors who are in leadership positions somehow get a handle on this?
Bruce, of all the Sweet 16 teams, it looks like North Carolina's probably about your toughest matchup. What do you think about that?
Well, the reason why they're a tough matchup for us is they lead the nation in rebound margin, +10. We're a -4 in our own league. So their strength is our weakness. So if we can somehow hang in there on the boards, we have a fighting chance. But if we can't, we don't. And I think that maybe just North Carolina's a tough matchup because they're playing really well right now. I mean, they're hitting on all cylinders. They're shooting the ball well. They're playing great together. They've been through the ACC, so they've already got a piece of a championship. So, yeah, from that standpoint, obviously, it's a tough matchup. And they're also second in the country in assists. So they play the game the right way. They share the ball. You know, it's not complicated, but it's really effective.
We're on the aisle, and then, Katie, we're in the second row. Go.
Jerry Tipton, Lexington Herald Leader. How important, Bruce, is it to make history or to do things that haven't been done often?
Oh, these are once-in-a-lifetime opportunities to be able to make history. I mean, I told our guys, when will any of us be able to say that we're 4 games away from a national championship? And so I want them to look ahead. I want them to dream and understand what's possible and have them say, why not us? Now, we've got to play our best basketball to beat North Carolina. But we're here, and so we have an opportunity. We can't log minutes. We got to be able to make plays defensively, make shots offensively. That's important to us. And so our guys, if you listen to our players, they'll talk about trying to make history as much as their coach talks about it.
We're in the back.
Hi, Coach Todd Lebo, Sports Radio 810 here in Kansas City. It's a big time for the spotlight to be on a lot of programs like yours who aren't here all the time. It's a big time for the spotlight to be on basketball on the court. But unfortunately, there's a lot of stuff off the court going on, too, with lawyers and FBI investigations and all this. What's your thoughts just on the state of the game right now, what's happening off the court, and can college basketball make it through all of this?
Yeah, it's a great question. Athletic scholarships in the university system has done as much to diversify our country as almost anything. The incredible opportunities that have been provided in higher education, lives changed, families changed. It's just brought us all together so much as a nation, supporting our teams, and the opportunity that it's presented to individuals, men and women. 99% of what we got going on is still really, really good, and we should continue to focus on that. At the same time, there have been, some things that are taking place that distract a little bit from the game and from what we're trying to do. I think we should try to keep those things in perspective. I think we should work to try to, improve in that area, deal with it as openly and honestly, get to the facts before we judge, and let the process work itself out.
We are halfway through this session. We have 4 questions up. 1 here, 1 right behind you, 3, and then 4. Go, please.
Kate Carlton, South Boston News Record. A lot of talk's been made about UNC's guard play, specifically Kobe White, but you have 2 guards, and Brown and Harper, that have really kind of carried your team in the postseason. How special has their play been to your team?
Well, it's a great matchup of guards. They've got big guards that are also quick. We've got little guards that are also quick. So I don't know that we have a speed and quickness advantage, but they do have a size and length advantage. Williams is a senior, so he's a great settling force for them. White is a McDonald's All-American, dynamic talent. That's his run through this postseason here in March has elevated his stock, and people are talking about. If he was at Murray State, they'd be talking about Kobe White like they talk about Ja. He's a very, very similar player, and so those kids are obviously trying to take advantage of the moment, the stage. But guard plays are important. We have gone as a team, as Jared and Bryce have gone, except in March, we've won a few games where either one or both didn't have their best night. That's a great sign. My guess as we continue to, if we're going to advance in this tournament, it'll probably back to we'll go as they go.
On the right, Bruce.
Bruce, thinking back to prior to you taking the Auburn job, how difficult was it to remain patient and confident that you would be back up there with this kind of opportunity again?
When a couple things happened. When I got out of coaching and I started working on the other side, I was paid for what I did myself as an analyst or as somebody who worked with XM radio. And for the first time in my life, I was never judged based on what I could get others to do as a teacher or as a coach. Does that make sense? And so it was a little bit less fulfilling because I couldn't share my efforts with others, with a team. And so I missed that. And I didn't know how much my family missed me being in coaching. I didn't know how much I missed coaching until I actually watched the movie, The Help. And that movie came out when I was not in coaching. And what was going on in Mississippi with the maids and things like that, that was a fight that I was fighting for many years in the 70s and the 80s when I was a young coach, because there was a lot more segregation. There was a lot more racism, anti-Semitism. It still exists, but it was worse then. And really worked to fight that fight, to see opportunity and equality have change. And I missed those aspects of working with our student athletes and helping them, realize their goals and their dreams. As far as being patient is concerned, Auburn was perfect because it was the SEC. People had seen what we did at Tennessee, and we were able to, in that part of the country, sort of have respect going into the Auburn job because they had seen what we had done before.
We have time for 3 more questions. One here, one on the aisle here. Go, please.
Brett Friedlander, North State Journal. You've been really thorough in explaining why North Carolina is a tough matchup for your team. Why is your team a tough matchup for North Carolina?
Well, I think the 2 things that we do well, we turn people over and we knock down the 3 ball. And so if we can do those 2 things well, we're a tough matchup for anybody. We have got to somehow be able to slow North Carolina down, and we somehow have to disrupt them. But if we get crazy extended, they'll post us, they'll drive us, their size will matter more. And let's face it, they're comfortable playing against a team that doesn't hold the ball, limit possessions. They can play with great freedom offensively because they're going to get a lot of possessions. So those 2 things, our ability to turn them over, our ability to make threes.
Nancy Armour, USA Today. Bruce, this is a follow-up to the question about the NCAA troubles. This site, all 4 teams have had their issues with NCAA, either the coaches or the schools themselves. What does that say about the NCAA, and what would you say, having gone through what you did, to people who say that college basketball is kind of a cesspool these days?
Yeah, that does bother me sometimes because, again, and I'm not deferring at all from the question. It's just that I live it every day and I see all the good that's taking place on college campuses with students that have opportunities to be able to change their lives that they might not have otherwise. No, it's not a cesspool. There are some things that are wrong with it. There are some activities that take place that are inappropriate. That's the business of college basketball. The reason why the NCAA is involved in these things is because it's their job to monitor. It's their job to enforce. It's their job to encourage people to work hard, to do it the right way, and not allow some of the other things to seep into the business because of the business and the money and the pressures. And so it's again, it's part of the process. The question is, what do you want to focus on? We need to continue to work to keep it clean, but we need to understand all the good that's being done.
Final question right here.
Hi, Bruce. John Huang, NOLA Media. Everybody within the conference knew how great it was during the course of the season, yet it seemed like other than Kentucky, there wasn't a whole lot of enthusiasm and excitement generated by the different fan bases. How are things back on campus now, and do you anticipate a big turnout?
I think we're going to have a great turnout, and I think we're going to have great support. But I would say this, and I remember talking to Mike Slive, good friend. I said, Mike, what always made the ACC what it wasn't just Duke and North Carolina. I always thought it was all those other schools when Gary Williams was at Maryland, or when my Uncle Norm Sloan was at NC State, or Coach Valvano, or when Clemson had their run and Wake Forest had their run, and the depth and breadth of the ACC was what always made it the dominant conference in college basketball. I said, it can't just be Kentucky. It can't just be when Billy Donovan was at Florida. And so when I was at Tennessee or here at Auburn, or what Frank Martin is now at South Carolina, or what Rick Barnes has done at Tennessee. And so I would say that they're pretty excited at Tennessee. They're pretty excited at a lot of different places about basketball, men's basketball in the SEC now. If you look at the buildings, the attendance is really there, and better players, better coaches, better results.
Thank you, Bruce. Best of luck.
Thank you.
The Auburn Tigers are now with us. They are the 5th seed in this regional. They are the Southeastern Conference Tournament champions and advanced here from Salt Lake City, where they defeated New Mexico State and Kansas. They'll play the North Carolina Tar Heels in tomorrow night's first game, 6:30. The men's basketball contact for Auburn is Cody Voga. And up here with me is Jared Harper and Bryce Brown. We will open up with questions starting right here.
This is for both you guys. This is Mark Murphy from Inside the Auburn Tigers. What do you guys think are going to be the keys for you to be successful tomorrow night? And I guess, are you glad not to be playing at altitude like last week?
Jared, you're first, please.
I just think just continue to do the things that we've been doing, defending, rebounding at a high level, and creating turnovers to lead to our offense. If we continue to do those things and continue to play well offensively and get the production that we've been getting from all 10 players, and I feel like we're going to do well.
Same thing, on top of that, we know they're a good, fast-breaking team, and just like us, how we like to get down and shoot three in transition, they like to get layups. So it'll be an interesting in seeing how we can slow down their fast break. Yeah, in the altitude, that's going to be a big difference. I can definitely say, definitely had an impact on me last week, the altitude, and so definitely blessed we don't have to deal with that anymore.
Kate Carlton, South Boston News Record. There's 4 SEC teams in the Sweet 16 this weekend. As a player, how much does it help you guys playing in the conference that tough to make a run in the NCAA tournament?
Bryce, you're first this time.
It definitely, it just goes to show the toughness of our league, and hopefully people are starting to recognize that more. SEC, since I've been there, it's always stepped up a year. Every single year has gotten more competitive. And just to see that it's 4 of us this year, just reminds people and reminds us how tough our league is. And we're going to continue to do that by advancing. Hopefully, us 4 can continue to advance.
Just knowing that we going into SEC play is a tough game every night, no matter who you're playing. Just knowing that it's going to prepare us for these moments like this. So it's just great to have that opportunity during the season. And in some conferences, you have to pretty much be perfect to make it to the NCAA tournament. But being in a great conference like the SEC, you don't have to be perfect. It's going to be tough games every night. So it's definitely got us ready for this moment.
Right back here. Thank you.
What do you guys think of the shooting background here at the arena? And, do you like the fact that North Carolina likes to play fast like you guys do?
Jared, lead us off.
I think the shooting has been great. I think we shot the ball well today. We had a little practice yesterday, so we were able to work the plane out of us, just to ride and just be able to get those shots up. But today I feel like we shot the ball well as a team. We have an opportunity to shoot tomorrow before the game, so I know I'm going to be prepared. And just playing against North Carolina, just knowing they like to play fast. Kansas like to play fast, and I feel like that was a fun game for us. So I know this game is going to be even more fun.
What was your second question?
Playing fast with North Carolina.
Yeah. No, the background is no, I would say it's a little better from the last gym. I feel like we all shot well today. I shot well. So I feel like the backdrop shouldn't be a problem. Felt good. And playing fast, that's I talked about that, how that's going to be key for us. We're not going to change how we play. Most teams would be afraid around North Carolina. I feel like we're one of those teams that just aren't. We're not going to change the way we play. We're going to continue to get up and down the transition, and we expect the same thing from them. Yep.
Anything else for the gentleman from Auburn? All right, gentlemen, you are dismissed. Thank you very much, and best of luck.